Hello, this is Ed Burke with PlaceForTraders.com for Tuesday, April 14th. Starting off in the June S&P. In my last video, I had talked about the level of 843.5 for Monday. We needed to stay above 843.5 for a bullish market. Below 843.5, we were looking at a bearish market. I had the first line of resistance for Monday up at 864.5. The second line of resistance up at 876. Now, early on, the market looked very bearish. Just before the regular session opened, the market went down to a low of 841.70. Now, the market traded above that on the open. Then, about an hour after the regular session opened, around 10:30, the market dipped down to 844, right at our pivot level of 843.5. Went down to 844, then rallied. Then, half hour later, the market once again dipped down to 843.75. Just staying right above that pivot at 843.5 and then rally back. I had sent messages out to people saying that the pivot level was looking like a level of support. The market may trend higher for the rest of the day, and the market did. The market went to a high of 861.30 in the June S&P near the close. Then right near the close, then it sold off a bit and went down to settling at 854 even. It was only up 140 from Friday's close, but the big news was the big turnaround. The market was down heavy early on and actually closed positive on the day for Monday. For Tuesday, I'm looking at the pivot level of 853. We closed at 854. That pivot level is right at our close. We need to stay above 853 for a bullish market. Below 853, we're looking at a bearish market. I have the first line of support down at 843.5. The second line of support down at 833. For resistance, I'm looking at the first line of resistance at 863.5. The second line of resistance at 872.25. Now, also, I have some weekly numbers in here. Obviously, the weekly pivot is going to change. We're in a new week now. The weekly pivot has moved up to 840. So on a weekly time frame, we need to stay above 840 to stay bullish for that weekly time frame. Below 840 is bearish. I have the first line of resistance at 868. That's right in between our daily first and second line of resistance. So at 868, the first line of weekly resistance. It's a little tight in here, but I mean that actually comes in right there. If I'm pointing down to it. The first line of weekly support is down at 824.5. I'll draw an arrow to that. 824.5. That actually comes right in line with Wednesday's close right here. The high on Wednesday's close was 825. So 824.5 is the weekly first line of support. Some numbers that are coming out. 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, you have the two producer price index numbers. PPI is expected to be flat. Core PPI is the expectation is a rise of 0.1%. Retail sales also come out at 8:30. Retail sales, the expectation is for a rise of 0.3%. Retail sales excluding autos are supposed to be flat. At 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, you have business inventories. The expectation is for a drop of 1.2%, 1.2%. That's all I have for this evening. If you haven't gone to my website as of yet, it's PlaceForTraders.com. I encourage you to go on there and sign up for the free alerts. Thanks a lot for tuning in and good trading.